Hello space engineers! Recently I published a mod that redistributes the ore on planets to make finding them more interesting. In this video I will show you how to use the tool I wrote to create this mod so that you can use it for your own planet mods. You can find it on my GitHub page and it's just called Space Engineers Ore Redistribution. If you open the program folder of Space Engineers and go to the data directory, you will see a planet generated definitions SBC file and also one for Pertam and Triton. Those are the planet definitions. Let's open up my tool and open one of these SBC files to see what's inside. The planet generated definitions file contains Earth-like, alien, Mars and so on. So let's just click on Earth-like and load the image data. Below the planet list you can see the different ore types that spawn on this planet, and if you look at the map, all these green dots are ore patches. If you want to see where a specific ore spawns, you can just click on the ore and then it will be highlighted. The little square on the mouse is about 1 kilometer, and if you right click then it opens a little 3D view where you can see how the ore is located on the map. Let's create a new mod by creating a new folder in the Space Engineers mods directory. It's in your user profile under App Data Roaming Space Engineers. First you need to create a text file called metadata.mod. It's just a XML file. Just copy the text you see here into the file and save it. Let's jump back to the mod folder, and here you create a new data folder. Now we need a planet definition file, which we can just copy from the original Space Engineers folder. In this example I only want to mod Earth, so I just call it Earth modded. This file contains multiple planet definitions. The first one is Earth-like, and if I close this tag you will see the next one is the alien planet. And since we don't need this, we just select all the text down to the bottom and delete it, so that only our Earth definition remains. Next, go back to the installation folder of Space Engineers, open planet data files and copy the folder of the planet you want to mod. Inside you will see different PNG files. The gray ones are the height maps. They only contain height information, which we don't need for ore, so delete them. The blue ones are the material maps, which are the ones we want to edit. Now we can go back to my tool and open the SBC file we just created. The planet list now only contains Earth-like, because that's the one we added to the SBC file. Don't worry about the black background on the map. We deleted the height maps, so they are not shown here. Now we can start setting up the new ore definitions by clicking the Redistribute Ore button. It will ask you for a folder, which will be the output folder of the new material maps. If you want to overwrite the originals, you can just select that folder. This window already contains all the ores that were defined originally, and they are already adjusted to the correct ratios. The spawn weight defines how often this kind of ore spawns. The typical size is the patch size of the ore. On the right side you can define at which minimum or maximum depth the ore spawns. Changing the spawn weight or the typical size will change the ratios between the ores. The size are the pixels on the PNG file. Each ore vein starts at a specific depth and goes down to an endpoint, which is represented by the start and depth value in the table below. I grouped them into 3 tiers, one for flat veins close to the surface, one medium tier and one very deep tier, with an optional bonus tier. If you don't need all of them, you can specify a minimum or maximum depth and they will be removed. On that regard, keep in mind that you cannot define more than 255 ore mappings, so if the number at the bottom reaches more than 255, you will not be able to save this configuration. In addition to min and max depth, you can also set a preferred depth, which will influence the probability at which depth ore will spawn. And you can change the standard deviation to make the difference even more extreme. The left grey bar shows you where it's most likely for the ore to spawn. If you're using different depth values and you don't want to enter them by hand every time, you can set up presets. There's a XML file in the program folder where the ore tiers are saved, so you can define your own presets. You can use the add button to add new ore definitions, for example uranium, and then uranium will spawn on your planet. If you're done, I highly recommend that you use the export button to save your configuration, just in case you want to change it later. You can influence the ore density with this value here. If you use smaller values, then more ore patches will spawn. If you use higher values, then less ore patches will spawn. And you can also define a seed for the random number generator. If you use the same seed, you should always get the same results. When you're done, just press the confirm button and then the new material maps will be created. And the demonstration effect strikes again. I forgot to set a value and then the program had an error. This is fixed now, so if you download the newest version, this won't happen. If a user renames an ore or adds it with the insert button, then the ore mapping name should be updated, or it is not set. So, easy fix. Okay, let's repeat this real quick. So, uranium is added, everything is set up, press confirm. It will now create an XML file with the ore mappings and will ask you to overwrite the files. And if you look at the left, you will see that the files are written one after the other. And now they're updated. When you press OK, it will automatically open the new XML file with the ore mappings. So just copy the whole block with the ore mappings and copy it to your planet definition SBC file. You will find a section called ore mappings and you just select all of it and replace it with the one that was generated. Save the file and you're done. We can now reopen our SBC file. And if you look at the map, you will see that the ore was randomly distributed. The uranium is there. If you click on it, you can see where it spawns. And that's basically it. So now you can use the mod and have fun with your new ore. Actually, there's one more thing you can do. Press the Create Occlusion Maps button to regenerate those black files. I don't know if they have any effect because I didn't see any, but just to be sure you can add them. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this video useful and see you in space. And sorry if my voice sounds weird. This was my pulse while recording. I'm just not used to this. Social anxiety disorder sucks, but yeah, have a good day.